I was supposed to put this in the video, but I did not put it in the video. So I'm coming at you guys after the fact of filming the video you're about to see. I'm actually currently in New York City for a few days doing some music recording. That is beside the point. This video is brought to you by fragrantbuy.ca. You'll see Justin in the next scene say the same thing. And they're doing a very special Easter giveaway extravaganza thing. It's actually too many details for me to recite here on camera for you because I don't remember all of them. I'm looking at a script, but they are going to be down in the description. But just to let you know, it involves an Easter egg hunt, which sounds like a lot of fun. There's multiple prizes available, including free fragrances and cash money. I don't know what that was, but anyway, whenever Fragrance Buy does a special or a sale or anything, you want to take advantage because they have fantastic deals and some cool perks. So once again, details for everything will be down below that like button. One more thing, this video is aimed at designer fragrances, which of course you know by the title, but I did do one little slip up. There is one fragrance in there that is technically from a niche brand, and that brand is Caron, which is not a designer brand. I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I wasn't thinking. Regardless, I'm sure you'll forgive me because the fragrance from the brand is still a great fragrance and worth considering for the springtime. That is enough blabbing. Let's get into the video. Welcome to the 2024 Top 10 Designer Fragrances Spring List. First order of business, this video is brought to you by fragrantbuy.ca. You probably go to their site every month. Some of you guys probably go to their site every week. Some of you guys probably go to their site every day. You may want to get that checked. But many of you guys already know that they are one of the absolute best sources online of designer niche and everything in between at some of the best prices that you will find on the internet. So all links that you see in the description will go straight to fragrantbuy.ca, and I don't think you're going to be mad because, again, as I said, some of the best prices on the internet. Let me know if you have a problem with that. That's what I thought. Moving on. Second order of business. This is not necessarily a list of recommendations as these lists typically are. These are not fragrances that you have to buy or try for the springtime. Of course, you're welcome to. But this is simply a very small sampling of the fragrances that I have been enjoying and will continue to enjoy as we move into the spring season. We did a niche version of this list already. If you happen to have missed it, you can check it out up here. Each of these fragrances represents some kind of springtime element to me. Maybe some kind of greenness, a freshness, floral bloom, earthy or woody richness, and even maybe some slightly sweeter and warmer elements that blend perfectly with all those other elements. If these fragrances sound interesting to you, then again, there will be links in the description to check them out. But again, this is just what I'm wearing. This is kind of a selfish collection that I'm filming on camera. And we have something very special in this video. They sent me over a box of goodies. 3 fragrances are in this box. I know what they are. I'm gonna open the box at some point throughout the list. I don't know exactly where, so make sure you stay tuned. Don't just skip around and drag that little cursor.
Practice some patience.
We have 3 what should be completely phenomenal fragrances in this box. Maybe 2 of them will be more suitable for this list, but I'll show you the third one anyway, so you're gonna get 11 fragrances that I'll be wearing. And if you wanna wear them too, you can. Let's dive right into it. Aside from the 3 fragrances that I'm gonna open later, this list will be in order of my taste, and this is my taste today. This could change tomorrow. It could change 5 minutes after I'm done filming, so be it. First one up is L'Homme Rochas from Rochas. This is not a remarkable scent, but it is far above average as far as kind of basic, simple designer fragrances go. It looks like it's gonna smell blue. It's not overly blue. This is kind of a sweet, warm, but also fresh blood orange fragrance. Lots of blood orange, lots of juniper berry, making it cooling and sharp, but there's a nice bit of tonka bean in that base. A nice little duality of cool and warm working together that makes it a very easy wear for pretty much any occasion throughout the spring, but I would say it's fairly on the casual side, so I wouldn't dress this up. I'd choose other stuff over this. But this is probably one of the cheapest fragrances in this video for what that's worth. Not bad at all. I like it. L'Homme Rochas from Rochas. At number 9, this fragrance is relatively new to my collection. I did feature it in one video recently and I had a lot of you guys correcting me on what the name of this fragrance actually means because clearly I don't know French. From Caron, this is Le Trois Hommes de Caron, which many of you guys told me means the third man, which I guess is a reference to a movie. So thank you for those of you who showed up to my doorstep with pitchforks and torches, kicking the door down, waking me up at night, shaking me in my bed and screaming, "Justin, it means the third man." and then leaving in peace. I appreciate that. This fragrance came out in 1985, and to be honest with you, it may not be for all of you. It smells a little bit mature. It smells like this classic 1980s citrusy, aromatic, mossy, woody, classy fragrance. It's fresh, it is bright, but there is this dry sharpness to it that is gonna rub some of you the wrong way if you don't like this type of vibe. But I do think it's timeless if you're asking me. It's something I'll reach for on occasion for more classy daytime outings. Not really gonna wear this in the night. Again, there's better options for that. But I think it's a wonderful timeless fragrance that is more than relevant. Le 3 Homme de Caron from Caron, which again, I don't speak French. You can tell. Moving on. From Hermes, and we're gonna have another Hermes on this list. This is a quintessential springtime fragrance. I would say more in vibe, more in inspiration, more so than function, but it's a scent. You can wear it functionally if you want. But this is Un Jardin sur le Nil. Now, I have admitted this is not my favorite fragrance from Hermes. It's beautiful. It's lovely. There's actually nothing I dislike about it, so you might wonder, why is it not close to my favorite? It's just very particular. It's very specific. I have to be in the mood for this, and that is the one trade-off when you deal with specificity in fragrances. It kind of drives a niche, and it's not something you yearn to reach for on a daily basis because it's really special, and you want to match it up with a mood or a vibe, and this is a vibe in a bottle. It's very light. It's very watery. It's green and vegetal. There's lotus flower, which adds the watery nuance. There's some carrot in here, some other green vegetal notes. It's supposed to depict a garden on the Nile River, so that's kind of what you get. Green, grassy, vegetal, light, airy, watery, lovely stuff. Ironically enough, even though it is very specific, I also do think that fragrances like this can be a signature scent if you absolutely love them. If they resonate with you and your personality to the core, then this could be all you need to wear ever, at least for a season, and you'll be totally happy. But it's lovely and it's perfect for spring. That is Un Jardin sur le Nil. We have an Hermes that I prefer to wear just a little bit more than that one. This also does have a distinct personality to it, but it's a little bit less specific, I would say. It's a little bit less illustrating than Un Jardin sur le Nil. This is H24 Eau de Parfum. If you are wondering if I've tried the Herbe Vive, that's what it's called, flanker, I haven't tried it yet. I'm hoping to get my hands on it sometime soon. Otherwise, it most likely would have been in this list. In the meantime, the EDP is wonderful. I hear a lot of people saying that the new flanker is even better than the EDP, so my eyebrows are raised, as you can see.
Someone help, I can't put them down.
This is kind of green and fresh, a little bit metallic. There's a lot of oak moss and narcissus in here, so there's this earthy green dampness. Something in here, I think it's the clary sage perhaps, makes it sweet, quite sweet, in a very unusual way. Some people say it smells like bananas. I see what they mean by that, but I would just chalk it up more to an herbal sweetness, not vanilla, not fruity, still green, but sweet at the same time. Quite dense, especially compared to its eau de toilette predecessor. I might save the EDT for the summer, and I'm wearing this more in the transition seasons. Lovely stuff. H24 EDP. Are we gonna open up the box now? No, we're not going to. Continue to practice your patience. Your future self appreciates you for it. If we're gonna talk about the transition season, we gotta talk about fougères. They just work perfectly for spring and for fall. They just shine on days that have a little bit of crispness, but also a little bit of warmth as well, and that is perfect for this time of year. This is Beau de Jour from Tom Ford. This is a classic style fougère. Not a classic exactly. It originally came out not that long ago, within the past 5 years or so. About 4 years ago, they dropped it into the signature line where it now rests, and I think it's doing well. People seem to like it. This is going to lean mature. It does have a mature vibe. If you know these 1980s style fougères that are kind of creamy, mossy, very lavender heavy, soapy, spicy, herbal, then that's what you're going to get here. But there is still this modern aesthetic to it. It smells like a modern gentleman, but it has a lot of presence to it. This is one that they don't ever need to make like a parfum flanker. I hope they don't do that, because I feel like they're just going to distort it. I think it's just going to stay where it is as an EDP, and it's perfect for that. Very sophisticated smelling, something that you could wear day or night dressed up. Again, this profile is perfect for the spring. Tom Ford Beau de Jour. I do believe this is unfortunately discontinued, which kind of makes me sad because some of you guys will struggle to find this, but I do believe that FragBuy currently has this in stock, but this is not going to be everyone's favorite. It's a little bit of a strange profile, but I think it's incredible. This is from Cartier, and this is L'Envol Eau de Parfum. Unfortunately, this seems to be kind of a dead collection for Cartier. They did the EDP first, I believe, then they had the EDT, and then they also came out with maybe a Parfum, which was not available in North America. I have not smelled smelled it. I wish I could. I've been trying to loosely get my hands on it for years now, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm gonna live with the EDP. So what this smells like is kind of what it looks like. There's a lot of honey in here. Sweet, warm honey, but it's freshened up by lots of violet leaf. There's a little bit of powdery iris in here, and there's some woods kind of holding it down. If you've smelled fragrances like Bulgari Man, I mean the original Bulgari Man by Alberto Morillas, this is in that vein, except just more personality, more density, more width, more depth, more presence. Pretty classy smelling. I think you could wear it day or night, but I do consider it a little bit more sophisticated. Completely modern, but I would dress it up in order to really fit the vibe. That's how I like to wear it. Cartier L'Envol. A little weird, but beautiful. If you've made it to this point in the video, you are a real one, and I thank you for that. This will be my number 2. I'll then open up the box to reveal what's in here, and then I'll reveal my number 1. So congratulations to you for practicing patience. Number 2 for me is Dior Eau Sauvage Eau de Toilette. Timeless classic. I think the mid 60s, maybe 1966, this was originally introduced. It has probably been reformulated at least a few times to this day, but there's a reason why it's still being sold by Dior directly. Oh man, basically this is a much easier to digest version of the Caron we talked about earlier. It's in the same style. This was a very popular style of men's fragrance. This sharp, bright citrus with mossy, woody edge. Almost this like fresh funk, if you will, but still mostly clean and very approachable, but masculine. This has that, but it's definitely more top heavy, much brighter on like the lemon and bergamot type citrusy sunniness. It just smells sunny and bright, but there is a mossy, woody depth to it that is nowhere near as present, nowhere near as dry as the Caron. Again, I think it makes it a little bit easier on the nose for most guys. It does not smell like 60 years old, like it pretty much is. Not at all. It's awesome. I'll be giving this some more wear. I've honestly gotten away from it a little bit in the past few years, so I'll be giving it some shine this spring. That is Dior Eau Sauvage Eau de Toilette. Let's open the big red box, shall we? To be honest with you, I can hardly ever get these things to work on the first try. It's gonna be a good day. Once again, we have 3 fragrances, and I will be spraying these really briefly on blotters and smelling them here on camera. First one is from Brioni. It's the one flanker I think I've been missing. I think I have all of them up to this point. This is Brioni EDP Essentiel, kind of a green flanker, so I figured perfect for spring. We've got a little bit of an oldie but a goodie. This is, I believe, a reformulated version of a classic from YSL that was the brainchild of Tom Ford, if I'm not mistaken. This is M7, and this is the one that kind of rides the line. I don't expect this to be a quintessential spring fragrance, so it's technically the 11th fragrance, but I'm gonna show you guys anyway. And finally, we have the brand new from Lalique. We have Encre Indigo. Super excited about this one. So let's jump into these 3. We're gonna start with the Brioni, and Brioni is a designer brand that for some weird reason I don't understand does not get as much talk as it should. I don't get it. They're wonderful fragrances, and you get quality through and through, even down to the bottle, the magnetic cap. Everything is just beautiful. So if you guys are holding off on Brioni, stop holding off. Gonna do these quickly. Okay, nice. So there is a through line here. I do detect a little bit of the DNA. It's closer to Eclat in terms of its freshness, in terms of its muskiness. Definitely green smelling, a little bit herbal, mouth watering in a way. I'm not getting overt citrus, but there's something kind of juicy about it. There's something bitey. The best way I can describe it is almost like a static. I get this like staticky texture. It's like effervescent in a way, bubbly. This is really, really nice. Cool. Let me know if you've tried this one. Again, this is just first impressions. Here is M7. Let's do it. Ooh. I feel like I had a decant of a slightly more vintage batch of this years ago. I don't remember exactly what it was like. I vaguely remember it being kind of ambery and warm, but let's see. That is nice. Ambery and warm, definitely woody, maybe a little bit of oud, I'm not sure. What a blend. There are some accords on here. Mandarin, oud, patchouli, cyst, which is I believe labdanum, and myrrh. So we got some resins in here. I like this a lot, and it's coming off fairly light. It's something that smells refined, and it's not loud. I love that. I love that it's not heavy. There's a gentlemanly quality to this. I cannot wait to wear this. I am really intrigued by this, and I think its lightness actually makes it a fine spring fragrance, maybe for the evenings. So you're welcome, guys. You get an official top 11 spring. Final new one before we get to number 1 on the list. Lalique Encre Indigo. I was super excited about this when I saw it was announced. I actually have smelled it before. My friend Ross, aka TLTG, had me smell this in a live stream that we recently did. I'll link it somewhere on the screen. And I smelled it blindly. I didn't know that I was smelling this. He sent me a decant blindly. So I was really excited because I really enjoyed it. Let's give it a spray. Gotta say, I'm a little disappointed with this cap. I thought it was gonna be metal. It's totally plastic, but the bottle's beautiful. Yeah, that's what I remember smelling. It's definitely in the Encre Noir lineage. You can tell there's that dark, inky vetiver DNA. Definitely smells black and blue, like this bottle. I'm getting a slightly blue, clean freshness. I don't remember if there's like juniper berry in here, something that is making it quite fresh, but there's this dark, inky woodiness for sure. Maybe even some tea, soothing kind of quality to it, almost green. I can't wait to get this on skin. Let me know if you've tried this one, and once again, if you haven't, FragBuy has it for a great price. Again, link down below. And finally, my official number 1 fragrance. I didn't want to put any of these at number 1 because I haven't worn them yet, so that would just be weird. We're giving it to Moustache EDP from Rochas, another Rochas, and I've been raving about this fragrance as of recently. This is one of my favorite inexpensive fragrances. It is absurd how cheaply you can buy it, and it's insane how high quality it smells, how gentlemanly and refined it smells. Yes, it does smell a little bit like Tuxedo from YSL, but it's incredible. It blows my mind. My wife loves it when I wear it. I just love the way I feel when I wear this fragrance. It is more of a sweeter scent. It is a slightly warmer, sweeter, balsamic but vanillic benzoin fragrance, maybe some vanilla, a little bit of a gentlemanly freshness to it. It wears fairly light and transparent, but it does seem to hang around on my skin. So it's a beautiful EDP. It's perfectly formulated here. This is something that has people take you seriously if that's what you want. I love it for evenings, but on a crisp morning or afternoon, it's still perfect. It doesn't scream anything too formal, but it's a chameleon. You could wear it day or night and it's gonna have that classy vibe you might be looking for. So I am gonna be wearing a whole lot more of Moustache EDP from Rochas. Let me know if you'll be doing the same. All right, that is the list. I wanna know what you guys think of these fragrances. If you've tried them, let me know down in the comments. If you haven't tried them and you have interest, once again, you don't have to try them, but they are linked in the description for your convenience. I wanna thank FragBuy for making this video possible with these fun new additions, which I can't wait to get to know. And I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Peace. I'll see you in the next one.